All right, in this video I'm going to begin talking about attributions and attribution theory. This area of research and theory and work in social psychology, we can trace this back to Fritz Heider, that's a big name, in attribution theory. And attribution theory has to do with how we explain other people's behavior, the reasons, perhaps the excuses, but the reasons that we give for other people's behavior. You know, to give you an example, like let's say I show up for class and I'm late, I look like a mess, I look frazzled, you know, maybe my hair is even a little messy, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry I'm late, I'm so sorry I'm late, thank you for waiting for me. We're going to get started now. You can form attributions for why I'm late. And different people may form different attributions. We're not all going to form the exact same attributions. And sorry for the disruption. It happened again. I reached my maximum recording limit, so I had to go in and delete some stuff. So I show up late for class. What sort of attributions are people going to come up with? Some of you might look and say, oh, she must have had a really rough day. She must have run into some traffic. Maybe her children are sick. Maybe she's, dealing with maybe she had to deal with a flat tire this morning. You might think of things that have to do with the situation. Whereas other people, they see me show up late for class and they'd be like, oh my gosh, this woman is a mess. She must be really irresponsible. She must have no idea how to get herself to class on time, or she has no respect for us as students who are here waiting for her, right? Those are both perfectly reasonable attributions for the exact same situation. Which ones are correct? Well, you don't know, because you don't know a person's entire situation. So these attributions, you can classify them as either dispositional or situational. A dispositional attribution, that is where you think you come up with an explanation that has to do with the person, with their dispositional or internal characteristics. So if someone does well on a test and you say, wow, they did well on that test because they are brilliant, they are smart, that's dispositional. You can also have your situational attribution, which has to do with external factors, situational factors, things outside the person, external to the person. So someone does well on a test, you'd be like, oh, I bet they made the test really easy. You got lucky. That would be a situational attribution rather than a dispositional attribution. So in the example where I'm late for class, people who assume that things must have happened to me to delay me getting to class, they would be making situational attributions, where if somebody thinks, well, she must be a mess, she can't get herself to class because there's something wrong with her, they would be making a dispositional attribution. So we can make either of these attributions at various times. We are going to have our own tendencies for what types of attributions we're going to make. And so all of this, we wrap it up in attribution theory. And attribution theory has to do with what types of attributions we come up with and why. So I'll say more about that